Hello everybody, I hope you are doing fine. This is Golo, and the topic on which today we are going to talk about is the power of research proposal, or how to write a research proposal. The proposal which I'm going to show you today is the proposal by using which I got three scholarships in three different countries, in China, in Japan, and one in Europe. And then I, I I decided not to go to China because I did my masters from there. So I wanted to explore a new country, a new culture. So that's why I didn't go to China. I saw lots of people in this group. They were asking about how to write a research proposal. Yeah, it's really hard. Even if you have a new idea, the research proposal is about new idea. But if you have a new idea, how to extend it, and how, if of course, if you want to write, it's really hard to write even one page about a new idea. And but here in a research proposal for masters or for PhD, you have to give detailed information. So today, if even if you write your research proposal like it's kind of like statement, it's really going to be seems a little bit boring, and no one is going to read that like long 4 or 5 pages. So you have to divide it into subtopics, and if you have the subtopics, so the person who is reading it, he will know that where is the part which is the new idea part. So and that person will specifically go to that part, and that research proposal will be more interesting as compared to making writing a long statement, which is going to be complicated. And you have to show your motivation towards that particular idea, towards that particular research area, and you have to tell your 3 years or 4 years plan, that how you are going to complete, what kind of things, what kind of task, what kind of objectives you are going to achieve in that particular research area. So the next, now I will show you the parts of the research proposal. After writing the parts, I will tell you what things you have to write in that particular part, and then I will, as a sample, I will show you my own research proposal. So hope this will be helpful for you. You will get the idea about how to write a research proposal. So this is my idea. You can agree or disagree with it. You can also listen other seniors videos, and then you have to see that what works for you. So these are the topics which are supposed to be covered in a research proposal. So first of all is the title. Title is really important in a research proposal, and title should need to be really attractive. So for getting a good title, you have to read some articles and you have to focus on their titles. Then you will be able to select a good title. And the second is introduction. So in introduction, you will introduce what the topic is really all about, what is your research proposal is about. So you will talk in this. You will talk about the research problem, and you can also talk about the background and literature review. Background and literature review, you can make it a separate topic, or you can also make it part of your introduction. So for writing a good introduction, you have to read articles on the topic, and in this you will talk about what has already been done on this research topic, and you'll also talk about the research problem, that what exactly the problem is. And the third is research gap. So in this you will talk about that what has already been done. After that you will talk about what can be done, what is remaining. You will talk about what particular area is left in that specific topic, and in this area you will talk about that research gap. Or you will also talk about the objective and goals that will be achieved. The next is the research methodology, that what kind of techniques, methods you will use to get the to do your research. So you will talk about what to do, how to do, and what kind of tasks will be achieved during this research. And the next is results and discussion. So by using some simulation techniques, it depends upon your field. For example, some fields people use softwares to do some simulation, and some fields there is survey. So you will get some results. It can be graphical or any kind of results. You will generate some results. For example, I am in mechanical department, so in mechanical we generate mostly graphs. We don't do survey, we use software simulation to generate graphs. So, and then you will also talk about those results and you will discuss the conclusion from those results. And the next is planned publications. You will give your professor an idea that you have enough knowledge on the topic that you can suggest some kind of topics, some kind of research, uh, planned publications, that what can be done on the topic. And next is you will talk about the list of required lab equipments, that what kind of lab equipments will be used during the experiments. And then you will make a timetable of your 3 years or 4 years plan, that what are you exactly going to do in those 3 years. You can make monthly timetable, and then at the end you have to add references. So now the next I will show you my own research proposal. You will get some idea from that. But the one important thing which I would like to mention, that never copy paste. Get the idea, use your own wording. When you read, when you do, when you do the, when you read some articles, so you will be able to write on the topic using your own words. So never ever copy paste from anywhere, from anybody's research proposal. Use your own wording, use your own way of writing, just get the idea. For example, this is one of the idea. You can get ideas from some other proposals. Here, this is the cover page of the research proposal, and this is the title of my research proposal. Research title: Design and Testing of Vane Magnetoreological MR Damper for Seat Suspension. And next is introduction. In the introduction, the first part is about talking about what, in my case, is MR fluid. So I talked about what is MR fluid. MR fluid is magnetoreological fluid, and I talked about it is a kind of fluid which can change from liquid state to semi-solid state when it comes under the effect of external magnetic field. The picture on the left side, it shows the fluid without external field, and the picture on the right side shows converted from liquid to semi-solid state. Next is I talked about the type of MR fluid dampers. So dampers are the devices. MR dampers are the devices in which MR fluids are basically used. So in MR fluid there are two types: linear MR damper and rotary MR damper. I'm researching on rotary MR damper, and rotary MR damper there are two types: continuous angle and limited angle. And I'm researching on limited angle MR damper. And next is the design and mathematical modeling of that specific damper. So here I made a mathematical modeling. This modeling is basically the modeling from my master's thesis, but I made improvements in it and made it for the latest system which I'm going to on which I'm going to work during my PhD. This is basically the design of the Vane MR damper. So here in this picture, you can, on the right side you can see the parts of the MR damper, and on the left side you can see the assembly. After the assembling all the parts together, you can see the damper. So here I talked about what modifications I am going to do. I want to use double vane MR damper. During my masters I used single vane MR damper. So here I am going to use double vane MR damper for seat suspension with a bypass valve. During my masters I did not use bypass valve. So this will give two advantages over single vane MR damper. So one is higher damping torque, the efficiency will increase, and the second is it's more easier to manufacture. If the manufacturing will be easy, it means the maintenance will also be easy. And the next is magnetic field simulation. We did magnetic field simulation by using ANSYS software. And next I talked about the what kind of objectives this research we are going to achieve. And next I talk about the tasks, that what kind of tasks will be achieved in this research. And then I talked about the timeline and schedules. Here the WP means work packages. So here I talked about WPV1 means work project 1 is about acquisition of skills, that what kind of skills, basic skills I need to complete this research, to start this research. So basically it's about, for doing the simulation, modeling and simulation, I have to learn softwares like SolidWorks, ANSYS, and there are some other softwares. In the next is WP2 modeling and simulation, and then WP3 work project 3 is about manufacturing and testing. There is work project 4. In work project 4, after the manufacturing, the system will be tested in two different test setups. And the work project 5 is about project management, This is in this you will talk about the meetings with your professor, and you can talk about how many articles you are going to publish. I use Simulink software, and then using the Simulink, I use the mathematical equations which I showed you before. Using those equations, I made some kind of graphs. When we are increasing the current, the torque is increasing. So this means this is an efficient damper. It's good if you learn some softwares related to your field, and you should generate some results, and then you can discuss those results. Next is you will talk about the planned publications. You can suggest some publication topics, that what kind of topics you are going to publish your research. And then next is the list of required laboratory equipments, and then you will talk about research questions, that this research will answer what kind of questions. And here this is the timetable. This timetable will be made from the same, like I talked about the work projects. So this is the work project 1, work project 2, and then you will talk make it subtopics. Work project in one you will talk about 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and similarly you will make like monthly, for how many months you'll be working on this, for how many months you'll be working on next thing, and in the end you will put your references, and that's it. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you good luck for your scholarship. Take care.